Knuckle fight fans, Susan Cingari here from Love MMA, where every fighter has a story. And joining me tonight is Isaac Vallie-Flagg, all the way from New Mexico. Isaac, how are you doing tonight?
Doing good. Just getting putting the final touches on camp, and so tired but good.
Isaac, the true sign I feel like of a fighter is somebody stepping in at the last minute. How have you been able to prepare for the fight with just such short notice?
So number one, Luis is somebody who we knew in the tournament. What I could end up fighting. So I took a look at him and Jim and everybody for a few months, but there was improvements that we were making anyway, and when I got the call, I upped my cardio and just went kind of balls to the wall and pushed to the end.
So, Isaac, so much of the fight is mental, and I also asked Luis as well about this. How do you deal with the fight mentally when you're taking a fight on such short notice?
So there's stuff that I do sports psychology wise to get myself calm and ready to go. I'm a big fan of doing stuff to make sure that my head is in the right place. Because, like you said, the mental game is a huge part of it. Huge part of it. And if you go in there with any weird stuff in your head, you could have a bad night, and you don't want a bad night with bare knuckles. So I make sure that I'm calm and ready to go. I do a lot to focus and center myself getting ready for this.
Good for you. Good advice. Palomino is new to the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, but he put on a terrific show in Fort Lauderdale at BKFC 10. How do you think you match up stylistically with him?
I think anybody at 155 is a good stylistic matchup for me. In that if I can't out footwork you, I can out punch you, and if I can't out punch you, I can out tough you, and I can out grind you. I really believe that I match up well with anybody at 155, and Luis is just the guy who happens to be there.
The stats say you have a reach advantage over Luis. Does that give you a clear advantage then, do you think?
Luis covers distance really good, so if I can use my reach, yeah, but if not, then it could end up being still kind of a bad night, So I think it does, and we'll see if the reach comes down to it in this fight,
What makes Luis a dangerous fighter?
Well, I mean, he's dangerous. That's what makes him a dangerous fighter. Luis he's got big power. He's a power puncher, and he's not afraid to throw. He's a gritty, grimy kind of, and I mean that in a nice way. And he's a gritty fighter, and he's a grit fighter. He's had some wars with Justin Gaethje, who's the UFC champion. The dude, I mean, he really is a veteran for not being in the UFC. He's a veteran of the sport.
What can fans expect to see when they tune in?
Both of us, I think, bring a pretty aggressive style. So I think you're going to see guys getting in each other's faces. And like I was telling the BKFC earlier, we're going to be punching each other in the face a bunch. Look for that, Luis brings that kind of a fight, and so do I. So, I think that it's going to be a fun fight, I think it's a great main event. I would be a fan of it if I was watching it too,
Well, we sure do have a lot of fans, and we're going to have even more fans after BKFC 11. What do you think is the most difficult thing with COVID and preparing for this fight? Because things have been so crazy. I have to ask that. Every state's different. I'm down in Florida where things are really crazy. So what has it been like for you dealing with COVID-19, the last minute training, et cetera, et cetera?
So there's been some changes to my coaching up here just because my main coach, Ruben, his wife is high risk, and he obviously the threat, the threat of COVID is more, and being safe is more important, and her health and my health and his health are way more important than coaching, So we've had to make some adjustments to the way he coached me. He sent me down to a new gym called Power and Glory in Albuquerque. That's a straight up boxing gym. But that we go do sparring with and stuff. And I knew the coaches there. So we had to make a lot of adjustments because of people's health, which again, fighters, we kind of get it, and we'll make adjustments.
That's why I love the sport, because you guys are always ready for anything and you do make adjustments. One of my favorite fights was the Melvin Gillard fight. We have some amazing video of that. Take us back and a little rewind and break down the fight for us, please.
All right. So, Melvin and I had lived together
Right.
for a long time. So and we've trained together. So we kind of knew each other from training. The one thing that I always say is I'm a different animal when I fight than when I train. And I think Melvin was expecting the me that trains and I came out, obviously a little bit apprehensive about his power, and it kind of showed, but I knew that he was going to fade. He missed weight by a couple pounds, and I knew that was going to take a toll on him in later rounds. So we kind of game planned for that and pushed forward and kind of ground on him a little bit to make sure that he got tired, and he ended up. I know he hurt his hand, but I mean,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
working my way to a good finish. I think, regardless of the hurt hand.
How motivated are you for this fight?
It's for a title. I mean, I'm super motivated. It's for the BKFC inaugural 155 title. It doesn't get much bigger than that. So I'm super motivated. I want to come home with a belt. And I've been working my butt off the last few weeks to make sure that I did, or I do.
And you will, right?
Yeah,
it's all
and I
positive
will.
affirmations here for us.
all positive affirmation.
Before we go today, is there anything else you want to add, Isaac? And please give our viewers your social media handles.
Social media handles are both at Ike VF on Instagram and on Twitter. And, I'm just excited for the opportunity and say thanks to David Feldman and Nate Shook for throwing me in there. And I'm going to put on a show next week.
Well, we are very excited to see you at BKFC 11. I want to remind our FUT fans that BKFC 11 Flagg versus Palomino goes down Friday, July 24th from Oxford, Mississippi. You can watch the fight free on the BKFC YouTube and Facebook pages live and the brand new Bare Knuckle TV app. Also on Sportsflix Global. We will be there bringing you all the beautiful bloody action. Isaac, I wish you good luck. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
See you next week.
See you next week. Take care.